with Chris Reason.
Good evening. An 18-year-old British man who'd moved here to Australia just months ago has been tragically killed in a horrifying 16-storey plunge from his Pyrmont apartment. Police say he'd been partying, alcohol and drugs were involved. His death a result of misadventure.
A man sits, clearly in shock, his head in his hands. His friend has just fallen 16 stories to his death. He was just 18 years old.
I heard a huge thud and I came down and this girl said, oh, there's someone's fallen out of the window.
Neighbours tried desperately to revive the young man until paramedics arrived, but there was nothing they could do to help.
Their first reaction was to rush down where they provided CPR and...
they saw him falling.
Police say the victim had been out partying with his flatmates before returning to their apartment and believe alcohol was involved.
Witnesses had stated that he had drank alcohol previously during the night.
Residents here say the apartment block is usually pretty quiet and that when the incident occurred, they thought it was just neighbours partying. It wasn't until they heard the sirens that they realised something had gone wrong.
Generally quiet in the complex and nothing happens.
The victim's parents don't want his identity released publicly. Not all family members have been informed. Peter Fegan, 7 News.
There'll be a huge shake-up in state politics tomorrow when the Premier officially announces her new cabinet. But tonight, 7 News can reveal the big winners and the once powerful ministers who will lose their jobs.
Boots on and sampling the best the bush has to offer, Gladys Berejiklian took centre stage in Tamworth. As ministers across the state sweat on their jobs, the Premier was keeping cool and keeping quiet on the makeup of her new cabinet.
We're putting our best people together moving forward, and it will be a combination of new blood and also experience.
But it's expected in the shuffle, Victor Dominello becomes Finance Minister,
he's very good.
Mark Speakman promoted to Attorney General. Planning Minister Rob Stokes gets Education, replacing Adrian Piccoli, who's being booted from the front bench.
He was good.
Duncan Gay will be dumped as Roads Minister, with Andrew Constance adding North and West Connects to his portfolio, while Brad Hazzard is expected to replace Gillian Skinner as Health Minister.
Frankly, I don't think he's up to it.
The Premier will formally announce her cabinet in Queanbeyan tomorrow ahead of a swearing-in on Monday. Then the focus shifts to two key by-elections in Manly and North Shore. Labor's slim hopes means it won't run candidates in either.
Oh look, they're two ultra-safe Liberal Party seats.
Cameron Price, 7 News.
US President Donald Trump has followed through on one of his most controversial election promises, signing an order to ban immigrants from Syria and other Muslim countries from entering America. A move, he says, to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the US, but which also throws an important deal with Australia into limbo.
He vowed he was going to do it, and today President Donald Trump did.
Did what?
Measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. We don't want them here.
The move blocking
Abhi, I'm recording.
from seven
Are you okay?
countries, including Syria, Iraq and Iran, for 90 days, and bringing in sweeping changes to the way the United States handles refugees from war-torn countries. But Christians, he says, will be given priority.
They've been horribly treated. You know, if you were a Christian in Syria, it was impossible, at least very tough to get into the United States.
The decision has cast doubt on the deal reached last year with Australia for the US to accept asylum seekers held on Nauru and Manus Island. But the Prime Minister is confident it will go ahead.
We are very close friends and very strong and trusted allies.
President Trump will speak with Mr Turnbull from the Oval Office tomorrow morning. It comes after he hosted his first foreign leader at the White House.
My Pakistan is free.
Theresa May.
The United States renews our deep bond with Britain, military, financial, cultural, and political.
As Donald Trump continues to upend international relationships,
Tomorrow, he'll speak by phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin, opening the possibility of dropping US sanctions. Another relationship the world will be watching closely. In Washington, Mike Amor, 7 News.
Two jockeys have endured dramatic falls in races
Watch
at Rose Hill today. Both women survived, but one is in hospital. We're live to Natasha Squarey at Westmead. Natasha, how is she?
Well, Chris, Dan Pena has undergone a CT scan here at Westmead Hospital. She's currently waiting for those results to come back, but racing officials have confirmed she is now in a stable condition. Now, the apprentice jockey was approaching the 250-metre mark when she fell from the saddle, went under her horse and hit the running rail. Deanne was knocked unconscious but quickly came to. Now, the 24-year-old was rushed here to Westmead Hospital, suffering a broken collarbone, a cut to her jaw and bruising to her throat. Now, another jockey, Rachel Murray, also came off her horse when she hit some rough turf. But the 27-year-old was lucky. She managed to get up and walk away. Now, Rachel was checked over at the track, and the good news is she will be okay. Chris?
Natasha Squarey, thank you. A man has been hit by a boat after falling off his jet ski on the Hawkesbury River at Brooklyn. The 23-year-old was treated for serious head injuries before being flown to Royal North Shore Hospital, where he remains in a critical condition. Around 40 people had to be evacuated from their homes in Yaguna today after an insect pesticide was sprayed in the building and made them sick. Hazmat crews and ambulances were called, but no one required treatment. Dramatic video has emerged of an arrest in Woolloomooloo where police used a taser on a shirtless man as he fought to get away. It happened yesterday afternoon on Riley Street in front of onlookers. One police officer was injured. The 21-year-old man was eventually arrested.
Ice drug.
With 60 Grand Slam titles between them, four legends are set for arguably the greatest Australian Open finals weekend of all time. Jim Wilson joins us from Melbourne. Jim, good evening to you. The Williams sisters do battle tonight.
Chris, it's an unbelievable lineup this weekend. Almost 20 years after their first match at Melbourne Park, Venus and Serena Williams will compete for the women's singles title tonight. And